It's time to talk about peacocks again. You know, those crazy looking birds that I often see at a nearby arboretum. No. We're not going to be talking about birds today. We're actually going to be talking about NBC Universal's upcoming streaming service again. Hey, so it's been a while since I've discussed a news story. What's up, everybody? Bloodmoon Bobby here. So, just been spending the week trying to improve my set. I've got some new lighting equipment. I've discussed in great detail how I finally upgraded to this Nikon D750 full frame SLR, and it has much better video controls, and I'm really glad that I'm starting to use this camera more and more for my news videos. And I know I've been doing quite a few movie reviews lately of like The Grinch, Klaus, and Mary Poppins Returns, and I did those for the holidays because I really wanted to tackle those movies since I've done trailer reactions to them. In the case of Klaus, because it was such a acclaimed movie, and well, now it's even nominated for Best Animated Movie at the Oscars, I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And it was a really good movie. But I'm not here to review Klaus once again. I'm here to discuss Peacock once again. We're talking about Peacock, NBC's upcoming streaming service. You know, it's NBC Universal's competitor to Disney Plus, HBO Max, and all these other new streaming services that are coming out. So what's new to talk about this time? It's mainly a question of how much is Peacock going to cost. And, you know, I've heard, some, things here and there, but this time the news is much more official. And that is Peacock is kind of taking a page out of Hulu's book, kind of, sort of, not exactly, but it kind of reminds me of Hulu with some exceptions. But they're actually going to have 3 different pricing tiers for how much you have to pay for Peacock. So there's going to be a free version of Peacock. I'm looking down at my iPad for this because there's quite a few notes to go over. That's going to offer limited programming. It'll have 7,500 hours of programming, next day access to current season of first year NBC shows and Universal movies. There will also be an ad-supported version that will be free to existing Comcast customers, and it'll cost $4.99 a month to everyone else, myself included, if I do end up liking Peacock, which I'll get into that later on. And there will also be a Peacock premium version, which will be $9.99 a month, and it's a ad-free version. And the ad-supported and premium versions of Peacock will include live sports and early access to late night shows, and Comcast and Cox cable subscribers can get free access to Peacock Premium with ads. The service launches in April for Comcast Xfinity X1 and Flex customers, and the streaming service will launch nationally on July 15th. So, dang, that's actually kind of close to the upcoming Tokyo 2020 Olympics, which will also be on Peacock. And July 15th is probably going to be when I'll be able to check out the service because I don't use either Comcast or Cox services. So, how do I personally feel about the pricing of Peacock? I do like the pricing. It looks definitely much more affordable to a lot of people than HBO Max. Seriously, I think HBO Max, yes, I know, like for certain AT&T customers, it'll be free, but the price of $15 a month, I think, is too much, and especially with how competitive streaming services are and how skeptical a lot of people are. I know from both personal experience and online discussion that, a lot of people are in the mindset of, why are there so many streaming services out there? There's way too many choices. So in the case of Peacock, I do like how they are starting out with $4.99 a month for an ad-supported version. And the nice thing is there is a free version, which I actually think the free version, a lot of people are going to give that one a shot first. And then if they're like, oh, okay, cool, well, this is something I really like, then it's possible I could see more people signing up for the paid versions of Peacock. I am kind of curious to know what exactly is going to be in the free version of Peacock, since it seems like it's not going to be the entire, NBC, Universal, and DreamWorks animation libraries. So are they going to do a thing where it's like, oh, we'll offer a couple like newer selections, like 1917, How to Train Your Dragon free, like just enough to get, people's appetites, just enough to get them interested. So I'm kind of curious about that one, since I am going to check out Peacock, since I've been looking into the service a lot on my channel. I'll probably start off with the free version to at least sort of get my feet wet when the service launches for most people this coming July. So I'm still honestly have kind of mixed thoughts on Peacock, mainly because it's mainly like, for me, I think it's just a matter of if you really like the content that comes out of like NBC Universal and DreamWorks Animation, and you watch it like on a very, very consistent basis, like you're a really big fan of like Jimmy Fallon, or you're interested in the upcoming Peacock projects like Dr. Death and the Saved by the Bell reboot. I think that's what's going to draw a lot of people into the service. What I'm personally thinking of is because a lot of people, they're literally not going to subscribe to every single one of these services, because it would just be too much money. I mean, I'm certainly not going to subscribe to them all. But what I'm thinking of, it's going to be a huge part of it is going to be a matter of preference. People who really, really like Disney are going to subscribe to Disney Plus, and I really think they should add even more new content to Disney Plus in the coming months. And if you really like the Warner Brothers movies, or like if you want to stream movies like Crazy Rich Asians, or maybe Blade Runner 2049, or if you want to watch J.G. Cantell's new show Close Enough, then you would subscribe to HBO Max. If you like, again, Jimmy Fallon, Seth Meyers, or the DreamWorks movies, like if you're a Shrek fan, then you would lean toward Peacock. So I really think and believe that it is going to be a thing where like people are going to subscribe to 2, maybe 3 of the upcoming streaming services at the very most. What I think Peacock needs to do in order to remain successful is, I think they need to consistently pump out new content and original content. What I think makes a streaming service really successful is when they offer both like pre-release titles. So like in Peacock's case, it will be like the Universal movies that are already released, like Back to the Future, Casino, and Shrek for instance. But it also needs to have a consistent amount of its own original content. So the stuff I discussed earlier, like the Saved by the Bell reboot and Dr. Death and so forth. So I honestly think it's really going to need that to survive, because I think that's kind of an issue that's plaguing Disney Plus right now. Because with Disney Plus, they obviously have a really large amount of Disney content. Not every single one, and I do hope that some of the licensing issues they have get sorted out in the coming years. But I also think they need to do a better job of delivering some of the original content, because I even noticed with me, even though I did subscribe to Disney Plus, it was mainly for the back catalog of the Disney movies that were already released. I don't really find myself using the service all that much, and I think it's going to pick up again, because I do want to finish up watching the Lady and the Tramp remake, and also getting into the first season of the Disney Channel show Amphibia. But right now, I'm just kind of not really using the service all that much. So I think for Peacock, they would have to consistently, push out, original content that a lot of people like, especially for the fans of the NBC Universal and DreamWorks Animation content. And also, I think another issue that could potentially plague Peacock, as it has with Disney Plus, is any licensing issues they already have with other networks and streaming services. And we saw that with Disney Plus, where some of the movies like Sandlot and Home Alone 1 and 2 were taken down from Disney Plus due to ongoing licensing issues Disney already has with other companies. And even from the start, one of the notable licensing problems Peacock may have is The Office, according to The Verge, is going to be on Netflix until 2021. So if you're a fan of The Office, you're going to have to wait for about a year for the show to come to the service. So I have a feeling Office fans may be looking at this and thinking, I think for now I'm going to save my money and not sign up for the service. At best, a lot of these skeptics may just check out the free version of Peacock just to see, what it is is like. So I'm overall mixed on Peacock, but I do think it does have a certain amount of potential with the fans of NBC Universal and DreamWorks animation content. I think a lot of people are going to check out the free version at first just to kind of get their feet wet, just to see what it's like. And I am also going to look into the free version of Peacock. I'm going to check it out and maybe do a video telling you all what I personally think of it. I do hope that for the free version, I'm not saying that Universal should just, put every single thing out there, because I don't think that's really good marketing. But I do think that what would help is that if it had maybe a good sampling of some of the original content, as well as some of the more popular movies from Universal, for instance. So maybe if it had a mix of recent releases like 1917 and How to Train Your Dragon 3, and it also had TV shows like Parks and Rec, and if it also had some of the more original titles that are coming to Peacock. And you could read more about all the content that is set to come to Peacock in the Entertainment Weekly article. I'll have it below in the description. There's actually quite a lot to in there, and it's a lot to put in one video. So if you want to learn more about the content that is supposedly coming to Peacock, you can check it out in the Entertainment Weekly article below. So let me know your thoughts down below. Are you personally interested in Peacock? Would you check it out? Would you go for the paid versions first, or would you try out one of the free versions? Leave all those thoughts down below. Until next time, this has been Blood Moon Bobby, and thank you all for watching. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this Blood Moon Bobby video. Like and share the video if you enjoyed it, and feel free to leave a comment. Subscribe to my channel, and ring the bell to get notified when I release my latest videos. Follow me at Blood Moon Bobby on your favorite social media platforms to take part in polls, see my tech tips, and to hear about my video plans. Thanks for watching.